This game occurs primarily through a series of skill tests. Each character has 4 skills: willpower, intellect, strength, and agility, which the game tests in various ways. For instance, say I am encountered by the card Grasping Hands, which instructs me to test my agility with a difficulty of 3. That means the result of my skill test has to be at least 3. For each point that I fail by, I take 1 damage. So I look at my character's card and I see that my agility is already 3, so I'm feeling good about my potential to beat this test. But in order to conduct the test, I have to draw a random chaos token. If I'm lucky, this token might add to my skill value, but it's much more likely that it's going to subtract from it. So my agility is 3, usually, minus 1 for the chaos token, means that my final test result is 2. Since my result is 1 lower than it needed to be, I fail by 1 point, which means I take 1 damage for this test. I have 6 total health, now I have 5 health. Throughout the game, there are ways to boost your skill value to higher numbers, so that you can take worse and worse chaos tokens without worrying about whether or not you can pass a test. The most obvious way to boost your skills is to play cards on your turn. When you play a card, you spend resources for the card's play cost, and you place it on the table in front of you. As long as this card remains in play, you permanently get the described bonuses on the bottom of the card. The other way to boost your skills in tests is to commit cards from your hand. When I choose to commit a card, instead of paying to play that card, I just set the card on the table and say I am committing this card to this test. When I do that, I get only these symbols added to my skill test. And these 2 methods taken combined is how you are meant to pass tests. So we'll go back to the same situation we were in a minute ago. I'm playing as Daryl Simmons, and my current base agility is 3. I am met with the card Grasping Hands, where I test my agility and it has to be at least 3. Previously in the game, on my turn, I had played the card Dig Deep, which allows me to gain an additional +1 agility anytime I spend a resource. So that makes my agility 4 for the time being. I still don't quite feel like that's enough. So for this test, I am also going to commit the card Backstab, which gives me 1 additional agility for that symbol there. So given everything together, my base agility, what's added by this card, plus this card that I committed, my total agility is 5. I draw the chaos token again. I draw another -1 token, which means my final skill result is 4. Now that that is more than 3, I am not harmed by that card, and that card is discarded. Any cards that I have played during my turn remain for as long as I choose to have them. I can choose to discard this card, but I don't have to. When I commit a card to a skill test, it occurs for the skill test, and then itself is discarded. But that's sort of the base of how the game works. You play and commit cards to boost your skill value, to hopefully survive skill tests.